What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Kivy.com, and in this video, we're going to look at button colors with Kivy and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to look at button colors. But before we get started, if you like this video, want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Kivy.com, where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. That's all my courses, videos, and books for one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. All right, it is Monday morning here in Vegas. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a pretty good weekend. The girlfriend got her car from Carvana. Everything worked out great. It was a really smooth process. Several of you guys have asked me questions about it. And yeah, it went really well. It's really kind of cool. So in this video, we're going to look at button colors. And this is a little bit weird. You would think this would be really easy, but it's a little bit tricky. And we're going to sort of get into it in this video. So I've got a Python file called color.py. It's the same exact code that we've been working on in the last video. I just changed our Kivy language file to color.kv, which I have. And so far, it's the same as the Kivy sort of design language file we had in the last video. So right off the bat, colors are a little weird in Kivy, just how they handle it. And they handle it using RGB values, but not really. So yes and no. So an RGB value is, let me just write this on the screen here. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. And also an alpha, sort of think of that as opacity. So let me comment this out. But like I said, it only sort of deals with RGB. Well, it does, but let me just show you. So to create a color, let's set the background color of our button here. So I'm going to set background color. And now we have these parentheses here. And now we just designate 1, 1, 1, and 1. So these are RGBA values. So this is red, the first one. The second one is green. The third one is blue. And the last one is your alpha color, your opacity. And think of that last one as opacity. Think of it, it's not actually opacity, I guess. I think of it as opacity. So if you want it to be completely dark, completely not transparent, anything else is between 0 and 1. So if you wanted to be completely transparent and not see it at all, it would be 0. If you wanted to be half transparent, it would be 0.5 or 0.5 or whatever. So we're going to almost always leave this at 1 unless we want to have it transparent in some way. So getting back to these are also between 0 and 1. So you can have 0, 0, and 1. This would be red of 0, green of 0, and blue of 1. So this is going to make your whole thing blue, right? If you change this to 0 and this to 1, your whole thing is going to be red. If you change this to 0 and this to 1, your whole thing is going to be green. So red, green, blue. But you're likely not going to want just red, green, or blue. So we can save this and run it and just take a look at this. Back at our color.py file, I changed our load file in our builder to color.kv. So this should work. So let's go ahead and run this. So this is Python color.py. And when we do, we get blue. Now this is not really blue. This is a dark blue, right? Well, that's because the button by default is kind of gray. So it's giving the gray button with a tint of blue. And that kind of makes it a dark blue. Same thing if we did it with red here. If we changed this to 0 and changed our red value to 1 and ran it, we wouldn't get red, but we would get a dark kind of matted red because that's gray and red combined, right? So right off the bat, that's not great, right? So to fix that, we can set something called the background normal, right? So here we can go background underscore normal and set that equal to nothing. Now this will put sort of like an image behind it. We don't have an image, so we're just going to set that image to 0. And normally the image is that gray, right? It's not a color, it's an image of a gray button, basically. So we want no image whatsoever, so that will get rid of that gray. Now if we save this, it'll be an actual red color, right? So we can run this, and boom, now we get real red. Same way we can change this back to blue. It goes 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Save this, run it, and we get actual blue without that sort of tinting of gray underneath. If you're kind of curious what this last thing is, I've called it alpha, I've called it opacity, I've called it transparency. Let's put this at 0.5 and run this just to see. And here we get the same blue, but it's sort of more transparent and muted a little, right? So like I said, a lot of times you're just gonna keep this at 1, and that's what we're gonna do. So, okay, what if you want something else just besides a boring red, green, or blue? How do you do it? Well, you can blend these in lots of different ways. Now you're gonna need a color picker for this. There's no other way to look at this. You need a color picker. So I went to Google, I just typed in color code picker, and this came up. It's htmlcolorcodes.com/color-picker. Any color picker website will work. So here we can pick any color we want. Let's pick, I don't know, some yellow color, right? Because yellow is not, there is no yellow, red, green, and blue. There's no yellow, right? So to get yellow, you have to sort of merge red, green, and blue together. And you see right down here, you have this R, G, and B value. So 238, 250, and 0, that makes yellow. But not with Kivy, because Kivy, our Kivy thing here is zeros or ones, right? So in order to get those colors, we have to take the color that's listed, and then we can divide it by 255. So 255 is the default color for everything. So think of these zeros and ones. 1 is just 255 divided by 255. 255 divided by 255 is 1, right? So Kivy is sort of doing this math anyway, but we don't want 255. We want 255.0 so that the whole thing gets converted into a float, a decimal number, because we need the decimal number in order to make the color whatever the color is. So, okay, come back here. Red, our green value is 250. So you could put here for the second value, you could put 250 divided by 250, or you could just leave it at 1 because we know that 250 divided by 250 is 1. So just for the sake of making this more obvious, I'm just going to put 250 divided by 250. If I was doing it myself without you guys watching, I would just leave it at 1. But to make this, understandable, we'll put it at 250 by 250. And then finally, the green value is 0. And again, you could put 0 here, or you could go 0 divided by 250, which is still going to be 0. And then we have our transparency at 1 still. So let's go ahead and save this. And you can see this is put it on another line. That's just because my screen is scrunched a little bit right, just to make it easier to read, but that should still work. So let's go ahead and do this. And now we get a yellow button color, right? So that's how you do color. It's a little bit weird. And again, if we took off this background normal thing, let me just comment this out here, save this and run it, we're not gonna get yellow anymore. We're gonna get that muted yellow. So it's a yellow on top of a gray, and it kind of gives it a nasty muted color, right? So that's, kind of a pain to have to always look up your color codes. That is one way to do it. You can also, Kivy has a utility function that will convert hex color codes, which are these things right here. If you've ever worked with HTML, HTML uses hex color codes usually. CSS uses hex color codes. So you may be a little more familiar with hex color codes than you are with RGB values. And if you don't want to write that math out every time, we can just use these values as well. And I'll show you how to do that. Let's come back here and let's comment this out. Let's bring this back because we want this background normal. Now up here at the top, we can import things sort of like we were doing in our regular Python file when we're up here importing things. So one of the things we can import is, let me just pop this in here and we can look at it. We can go #:import from, we want to import utils from kivy.utils. Now we can use Kivy utils or utilities to play around with these color codes. Instead of doing this, we can now go background _color and go utils.get _color _from _hex, and then we can just pass in whatever color code we want. So come back to this website here and notice the little hashtag there. We need that. And we could just copy this, bring it back over here and call #that, paste it in, save it, run it. Now this should give us a yellow button as we expect, and we're good to go. We can change this around. Let's get pink, hot pink, FAOODF it looks like. So we can change that. Make sure you have your hashtag, your number sign there. Save this, run it. Now we get hot pink, right? And that's all there is to that. Now, some things you can change colors like this, like our button, our input boxes, for instance, we can change those colors in the exact same way. Our text fields, we can't. It's a little more complicated. We'll talk about that another day. But for instance, we could just grab this whole thing right here, come up to any of our input boxes. For instance, this first one, paste this in here, save this and run it. And now we have hot pink in our input box as well. So that's kind of cool. You cannot do that same thing for the label. So for instance, we could come up here and for this label, we could paste this in here, save this, run it. It's not going to actually do anything. We have to do a whole different thing for labels, and we'll talk about that in another video. But for this video, I just want to show you mostly the buttons and I guess the text input boxes as well while we're on the subject. But that's how you do it. So either of these options is good. You can import this utils from kivy.utils, and then you can just use your hex color codes, or you can use this RGB thing and this 1111 thing. Just remember, any color you want, just divide it by 255.0. I guess we would put 0.0 here as well. We don't really need to. But technically, I guess, if you wanted to float there. And that's all there is to it. Or, of course, you can use this get color from hex, which I usually use this because this is just a little complicated and weird, whereas hex color codes are very easy. I'm used to using them from years and years of designing websites with HTML and CSS that uses hex color codes. I'll just go to any hex color code picker website, grab my color code, slap it in there, and it works pretty good. So that's all for this video. If you'd like to, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. So you pay just $49 to access all my courses, over 47 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 100,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Older from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.